and a host of other things. Jesus. The hell do I gotta do to stream a fucking video game around here? Check 1, check 2. Setting levels, and I think we're live. And it is time once again for Tuesday night live streaming with MC Murr. And a little bit more of our Sega Did It Better series. 3D WorldRunner versus Space Harrier. We aim to finish up on that tonight. I've never played 3D WorldRunner. I've had it on my shelf for over 20 years. That's kind of ridiculous. Over 20 years. And so I kind of know what to expect here. My esteemed colleague, Triple J, J-Town, James Jonan, played this a lot back in his childhood, him and his brother. He, appreciates Space Harrier for what it is, but this is what's more sentimental for him, this game. I never had this game, never knew anybody that had this game. We're going to play it. We are joined by Jason24. Welcome back to our live stream. I believe you were our 250th sub, Jason. Let's do some world running. Oh god, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I mean, we know the basis of this, right? We gotta run, we gotta jump. Oh, okay, yep, you gotta... Alright, so I got a mushroom out of the pillar, and it killed me. That's not what's supposed to happen. Alright, you get the missile, and then you can shoot. Is my understanding. Yeah. Whoa, buddy! Oh, I took that straight up the nose. We're also joined by Cool-Ass Robert Payne. Welcome, Cool-Ass Robert Payne, to the stream. I think we're on the mend, CARP. It's been a rough couple of weeks around here. You want to have a good holiday, and you want everyone to be healthy and happy, and you poke your head out for 1 frickin' second to do some last-minute shopping, and you come in contact with somebody that's picked their dookie hole and smeared it all over the place, and next thing you know, everybody's on their knees with a rotovirus. So, good times. We normally do all our Christmas shopping online, but time ran short with the vacation this year, and that just couldn't happen. Alright, so the mushroom is a killer mushroom, I guess. Which, that just bunks all we know. I mean, Mario has taught us for ages now to pick up any mushroom you see. Of course, I guess except for the poison ones and the lost levels or all-stars or whatever the hell. So. Oh, I shot one. But yeah, we're making it. Everybody's starting to heal up around here, so that's good. Nobody wants to be sick on Christmas. And I hope that each and every one of you had just a fantastic, magical Christmas like I wanted to have. Well, I got some Go Juice. I don't know what that does. We'll have to look into that. Boy, you really got to time those jumps just right. So you can speed them up, you can slow them down, simply by hitting up or down on the D-pad. We are after a horrible demon by the name of Gratis. Alright, so those count as pillars. I was going to say, that's... Or do they? I hit the first one. Yeah, a lot of people showing off their Christmas hauls. We didn't really exchange any gifts this year, at least my wife and I didn't. We got ourselves a new TV instead, and that was kind of our gift to each other, so. Need a little 4K action out in the living room, and now we got it. And soon we'll have to do a lot of upgrades back here as well. Once we upgrade to Pros and X-Bone X's and all that nonsense, it probably won't make much difference in the streaming, but it will as far as competitive first-person shooter play. We need to get that done. So, very expensive 2018 ahead of us. Let's talk a little bit about 3D WorldRunner. At a glance, I don't hate this. It's kind of fun. I mean, and again, I talk about Triple J and how much he liked this game growing up, but I grew up with Space Harrier, so this game's never going to be able to do for me what it did for him. I mean, I like it already just because it's a Nintendo freaking game and it's 8-bit, and here we go. But, I don't know much about it, and I don't know what I'm doing, obviously. Got another potion. It also said you could jump on top of the pillars. Columns. Son of a B-I-N! Well, that sucked. I swear that's the same one I hit every time. No, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Is that the same one? Oh, and off we go. Again, I don't hate this, but this is kind of frustrating because, okay, you know, if you had to go find your gun in Space Harrier, how freaking rough would that be? So, okay, dude's got to find his gun in the form of a power-up missile here. Until you get that, not much you can do with run and jump. You could have upgraded to the jetpack package. Oh, for crying out loud. And there's no real milestones or markers that I can see that really let me know where I am in this game. Maybe there is and I don't notice them yet because I'm a rookie at this. But in Space Harrier, there's certain enemy patterns. It's like, okay, well, once that happens the third time, you're at the end of the map. And so on and so forth. And if any of you in the discussion are experienced in this game and know anything about it, feel free to chime in, because obviously I need help. You know, I was watching a review of a game recently, just a random channel, it doesn't matter who they were, but somebody in the comments was really trashing them, saying, you know, you were trying this for the first time, you didn't know what you were doing, and your video really sucked because of it. I want to watch somebody that knows what they're doing when they play a game, and you suck, you're terrible, yada yada. Really just got them good. But, you know, I kind of heard where the guy was coming from, and I thought about myself, because a lot of times we play these games on my channel, and I haven't ever played them before. I mean, I have thousands of games in here. You think I've played all these games? Hell no, I hadn't played all these games. One day maybe, but again, this game right here I have had in my collection, I shit you not, since I was like 16. And I've never played it. Today's the first day. And sometimes it's fun to play these games for the first time on the live stream and kind of just really analyze the hell out of them like it's a new find, like we're digging for fossils. I like to have you guys in on those kinds of things, and I like to have you in on the discussion, because a lot of times there are games that other folks in the chat haven't tried either. So we're joined by Lucky Collector. Welcome, Lucky, to our Tuesday night live stream. Once again, delving into the Sega Did It Better with 3D WorldRunner and Space Harrier. So better is a strong word, and in this case, I think they may really have done it better. I thought you'd have a gun the whole time, and the irony of that being is I really haven't needed it. What I've needed is better gauging of the jumps I'm making. Let's go ahead and break it down. That's what we're here to do. Alright, first off, this music is not great. The only reason it doesn't bother me is I love 8-bit games music almost, you know, no matter what they are. But Space Harrier's music? Good lord. I used to put on the dadgum soundtrack thing before you actually got out of the title screen of the game, and I would just jam to the friggin' music. And I think you actually had to have a code to go to it, which was on one of those sheets that Sega would send you in the mail that gave you codes and cheat codes and stuff. There really were no serious cheat codes for Space Harrier. There was just a way you could continue 3 times. And arguably, that didn't help that much. I mean, you got 9 lives like a cat, pretty much, to make it through a harrowing adventure. And anybody that says they've done it in 3, cool. I just gotta see you. Just like people that say they beat Rygar. That's cool. Let's need to see you do it. Oh, no, I did it. I just need to see you do it. Oh, I did it. I need to see you do it. Well, I can't do it right now. Okay. Let me know when you can. You didn't do it. I could beat Contra in 3 men. Oh, cool, man. Let me see. Well, I can't do it right now. Oh, well, let me know when you can. Well, I can. Oh, well, let me know when I can watch. Whatever, buddy. You didn't beat that shit in 3 men. You wish you beat it in 3 men. So right off the bat, in the music category, Space Harrier's got this thing spanked. Space Harrier had some jams. I mean, oh my god. Headbanging jams. Good lord. And this is Grax the Serpent Monster. We're supposed to be going after him. We're joined by Captain Retro. Welcome, Captain Retro. Hopefully we will be back on track with our podcast with Captain Retro this coming Thursday. We've had to postpone that a number of times due to people under the weather here in my camp. Unforeseen circumstances, not what we want done. Definitely not at Christmas either, but it is the season for people to get sick. I know a lot of people that are just really down and out this holiday and hate to hear it. I just can't get the hang of this jumping. Yeah, give me my missile. So once you get the missile, it's unlimited ammunition. Boy, that's a riveting soundtrack. This game kind of does its own thing. I mean, obviously, this was much like Rad Racer. This was a deal where Square stepped in to make a game to compete with a well-known Sega hit. Did it work? I don't know. It's got the 3D stuff going for it, if you've got that going. Obviously, we don't. Look at me. Here we go. Now we're getting it. Oh, look at me getting all cocky flying around in the air. It's hard to tell if they're starting us where we died, or I guess they are. There's almost a little sequence in there in between your death and respawn. Oh, stick your thumb in my bum. Like when you let off the D-pad that he does slow down mid-jump, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty intuitive. You're not locked into whatever jump you do, you know, at the speed you do it. That allows for a little more control. Whoa, come on, WorldRunner, you can do it! Oh, you pissant. Well, that's World 1-3, so I'm guessing at World 1-4 we have a boss fight. Oh, stick it up your butt. Little poison mushroom. definitely gets harder as you go. I can't figure out if I'm almost getting to the boss when that happens, or if the boss comes out to mock you when you die. We are joined by Dat Game Collector. Welcome, DGC. Let's take a look at the manual here. It looks like you can get laser missiles. That's cool. The superstars are worth points, so that's not that important. The power potion makes you temporarily invincible. Okay, as long as your hair is red, you'll have the power. I've got the power! Alright, there's an atomic power. The hearts are extra lives. Okay. Well, I can work with that. Alright, let's get serious about this now. This is our last live stream that we've got for the year. Or at least Tuesday night live stream. Had some technical issues before we started, so we did not start on time. And let me know, you guys, in the comments there, if you are hearing any issues with the audio. Let me know that you can hear me and the game audio as well as you normally would in any of my streams. I would appreciate it. Of course, shit can't just work. So we are joined by Back in the Day Gamer and Pillar of Conflict. Game audio is a little loud. I thought it might be. Let's see how that does. Had some kind of issue with our capture card, and it wiped out all my accounts on there, wiped out all my information, wiped out all my presets, and we had 2 minutes to go live. So good times. Appreciate them doing an update. Next time, get your shit straight, El Gato. Tired of being the only one that has my shit straight. Why'd you update it? There was nothing wrong with it. What did you want to do? Make it stop working? Because it was working. So the only change, the only thing that you can take from that is that you wanted it to stop working. And you were successful with your update. It stopped working. Fucking nincompoop. Oh, a star. Look at giving me that points, my noints. So again, I'll ask y'all listening there at home. Let me know how the mix sounds now, because I'll have to do a lot of tweaking, obviously non-live, to get it back where I had it, but hopefully it's adequate for you now. Pillar of Conflict says he's never seen 3D WorldRunner. Well, I can meet you halfway in saying I've never played it, even though I've owned it for 2 decades. It's just one of those cartridges I never put in. And you know, back in the day when I was in the band and rocking out, you know, Sunday mornings after a show or after rehearsals, we'd go in the game room and check out what we had there to play. And if we couldn't decide on something, we'd roll D100s like you would in Dungeons and Dragons. Well, that didn't make it. Couple times to see what number came up on the inventory sheet, and you'd have to play whatever you rolled. And this never came up even through that. So, I mean, a lot of games we found by accident back in the day. I remember the night we rolled DuckTales and we're like, oh god, that's gonna suck. But we have to play it. No, we played DuckTales till about 5:30 in the morning and beat it. And it was fantastic. DGC says everything sounds good now. Thank you, DGC. Yeah, we're going to have to get that tweaked back to where it was. I have no idea what happened. Everything reset on this thing, and I had to put in all my information again. I just don't understand it. I don't understand technology. I will always be old school about it, and the more new school stuff we get, the less of it you see that works. And they're constantly updating it because somebody's messed things up. But they're things that don't matter. And then things that do stop working. And then they don't fix those things. So it's just idiots. It's the blind leading the blind. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the stupid old saying that everyone's tired of hearing, but it's true. There was nothing wrong with it. What did you do to it? Oh, we updated it. Why? So the interface could look different? So the buttons on it could be a different fucking color? Do you think I care about that? Do you think anybody does? Was anybody sitting at home saying, oh, I wish these buttons were a different color. I'm going to go buy a different one. And so what if they were fine? Change the fucking button colors. Change them. Change them. But guess what? When you did, you made everything else not work. We have pretty buttons that don't do anything. Great job. You'll make partner for this. And you know, who are the idiots that put this together? There's all these people out there, oh, I work in computers. Oh, really? Do you? Yeah, I work in computers. I'm important. I know things about computers. Yeah. Like how to turn it on. No. I know things. Yeah, you know things. You know how to shit the bed, that's all you know. Look at that. Oh, come on, you don't sell me short on that. Come on, WorldRunner. It's time to get serious. I want to go shoot Grax the Serpent Lord. Captain Retro's asking me to tell him more about those PowerA controllers. They're made in a sweatshop, and they're garbage. Now, the big thing in question was, you know, the new Wii U ones that came, or not the Wii U, the Switch ones, because they had Mario on. Oh, these are going to be awesome. They don't have to be awesome. There's no rule that says that. No rule that says that. We have evidence to say otherwise. When we've gone through 4 PowerA controllers on Xbox, all of them trash. All of them failed before a year was up. Some before 6 months were up. Some in 2 weeks. So, all we really know, all we can take from that is that PowerA products in general are cheap trash. They feel cheap. They're light. You know, and it's, oh, it's a budget controller. Let me tell you something about a budget, man. It's only so big. And if you want to spend money on something that works, don't buy PowerA. Because when you do, it doesn't matter what you save, because you're going to have to turn right around and buy something else. And I'm a cheap guy. I love to take the cheap way. I don't mind if mine's not the best, as long as it functions, but this doesn't even do that. And everything that was wrong with the controllers, it was different things each time. So it's just shoddy workmanship, cheap parts, and a company that doesn't stand behind any of it. 'Cause that's the other thing. Okay, maybe they make cheap stuff, but if they'll stand behind it, fine. You still have that option at that point to just to buy a cheapie to get through or whatever, but nah, man, they don't want to fool with you. So, yep, we know who not to buy from next time. I mean, there was cool aftermarket products back in the day. Some of them were all the rage. DGC mentions that the ones for the Switch don't have the rumble. And yeah, that's a deal breaker, because that rumble is part of some of these games now, you know? Freaking Mario Odyssey, you gotta find items with the rumble being your homing signal. You know, they're playing a game of hot cold with you with the rumble. If you ain't got it, then I guess you ain't playing it. So that ain't worth a hog, Duke. So it's hard to come right out and say that Space Harrier just automatically wins this. I wouldn't do that. I mean, at a glance, and after playing some of this, I like Space Harrier better. I think Space Harrier wins on graphics and soundtrack alone. But as far as the gameplay, I mean, this has pretty good gameplay. It controls well. I don't have any complaints in that department. But it very much does its own thing. It's not the same kind of game. Space Harrier ain't got no holes in the floor, and you ain't got to jump. Well, I am certainly not the best 3D WorldRunner out there. I want to actually do some good on this game, though. I want to get somewhere. I mean, there's going to be some of the games in our Sega Did It Better series that are just slam dunks, and it's like, ain't nothing to even talk about. And there's other tubers out there that have done similar things to what I'm doing with this, and they've missed some. So I'm going to bring some matchups to you that maybe you hadn't really thought about. But this one here is not so cut and dry. I mean, I'm still saying Space Harrier wins it, just in my opinion. But this game does its own thing in a couple of places, and sucking at it the way I do and not being able to see any more of it than just World 1, it's hard to tell you how much more it's got going for itself. A glance through the manual shows it's got depth at the, you know, at all the items you can get and stuff like that. Looks like he's got a stamina bar going on. If that's what, or is that? No, that's the. That's your progress, right? Yeah, that tells you how far you've gone. I'm with you. Whoa! Is he giving devil horns down there in his little avatar in the bottom right? It looks like he's got devil horns going up. We're joined by Sailor D Life. Welcome to our Tuesday night live stream. Sega Did It Better 3D WorldRunner versus Space Harrier. This first one is always the gun. The other ones are poison mushrooms. So if there's no, I mean, there's no randomness to the items dropping, it looks like you can actually figure out where they are. I'm not saying that's a problem. I'm just making observations here as a person who's waited 20 years to play a game in his collection. Boy, if you catch the lip of that, you cannot get the jump off, and they are starting you over. That's that progress bar down there filling back up. That really stinks. What? If you're watching us on Twitch, just kidding. Nobody ever watches this on Twitch. I don't know why that is. They got anything better to watch on Twitch than retro gaming? And I appreciate that you want to watch 400 different people play Zelda randomizers 24 hours a day. I'm not saying I don't want to watch that, but if I looked up and somebody was doing some Sega stuff, I'd probably be checking that out. Alright, come on, let's get serious here. This has a charm all its own. I mean, I always role play the kid on his birthday or Christmas, and You know, back then, if you got one game, you did pretty good in most cases. That was a lot of money back then. Grandma gets you this game. You're like, oh shit, yeah, dude. 3D WorldRunner. You know, this has to be good, right? And you go and you put it in, and this is what you get. How would you feel? Would you be okay on this for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months? You know, the last time I beat Space Harrier, and we talked about this in that live stream, I was in the 5th grade. That's a long time ago, buddy. And it seems just an insurmountable task now to beat that game. But if it's the new game you got and that's all you had to work on, you're going to do just that. You're going to work on it. You're going to make progress. You're going to do a little better each time. We are joined by Mr. Tight White. Welcome, Tight. We need to get back on some COD, Tight, so hit me up on that when y'all get ready to do some more of that. Captain, I was in the same team as you, but I was not in that class with you. I thought we were in the same class. We sure did collaborate on a lot of projects. It's so hard to remember that far back now. You know, at first I thought I would get a little better at this game as I went, but I mean, the enemies are so random. This is so hard a cat can't scratch it. And the soundtrack does not do much to help you stay in the game. Really? Let's buckle down. Try to do some good here. I could see people liking this better than Space Harrier if they grew up with it. And Space Harrier is almost panic attack inducing. I mean, this is almost more of a relaxed pace for some reason. It's not, but it feels like it is for some reason. Piece of shit, get on the run! Oh my god, that's ass and balls. Oh, there was a balloon. Wasn't that a balloon? Captain S, is WorldRunner the same kind of game? I think it is. That's another one that I don't have and I haven't played. And oh my god, I got a balloon. And what in the 9 hells just happened? Oh, we're in a bonus world. And now I'm getting stars, and things are what the WorldRunner dude wants done. And there were other load runners. There was Hyper Load Runner. I'm afraid that I'm just not versed in that. Oh man, I got a dude out of it. That's it. So in Space Harrier, the bonus round was a round. You didn't have a choice as to whether or not you went there. You went there. This one, you actually got to earn a balloon ride to get there. So that's kind of neat. Well, you can't take your eyes off that screen for a second, dude. We are joined by Gen X Grown Up. Welcome, John, who says that Load Runner is not at all like this. So again, I had no idea. I don't have access to that, and I've never played Load Runner. I know of it. I don't know it. But that's why we have these discussions. It's good to have everybody out there that can kind of collaborate, share ideas, and between everybody knowing something, we probably all know everything. Dad, come it to frickin' hell! We are joined by Yoshiki Haro and Tylord Stevenson. If you're just joining us, welcome to our Tuesday night live stream of 3D WorldRunner vs. Space Harrier. Sega did it better. A series that we haven't even begun to dig into yet. The real meat and potatoes is coming. These were the easy ones, because these were ones we already kind of knew Sega was going to win. There's some that I'm going to do that y'all aren't going to be real happy about. Or maybe you're going to see things in a new light and say, well, damn, I never really thought about it like that. Not going to allude to what any of that might be either. You're just going to have to wait and see. But just know that this series will go on into 2018. We're not going to be doing it every Tuesday. You know, we're going to try to wrap one or two of these up. I'd say probably 2 or 3 of them up, maybe a quarter. But we got to get it done in between lots of new releases, because once we get past January, February and March are pretty loaded with releases, and we got to get by other series that we've got going too that I don't want to fall by the wayside. We want completion on those. We want to get through all the different games on those series that we have to look at. If we know anything from tonight's stream so far, it's that I suck at this game. Now, I had a pretty good run on Space Harrier, as well I should have, because I've been playing that as many years as I have not been playing this game. I'm determined to beat this first level, this first world. It's like you can go ahead and get those first 2 items every time. The jumps are really the only problem. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not hitting enemies, but I think I've died more on jumps than anything. It's hard to really gauge what you got going there. And because it's designed that way, they let you speed up and slow down mid-air. So that's cool. God, I got off of that one by that. What is he doing? Is he... When you pause it, I think he's like sleeping or crying or something. Whoa, buddy! Damn it to hell. Yeah, this definitely calls for patience. This is one here that, again, if this was the game you got for Christmas that year and you didn't get anything else, you'd put the time into it. Am I going to play this more after tonight? I don't know. I'd like to get J-Town in on it since he's an expert on this one for a future playthrough, and maybe have somebody that's experienced show us the ropes. That's an extra dude. Hearts are never a bad thing. Here we go. Going back. Right? Right? Oh, this is it, man. We're gonna get power-ups. We're gonna get a gun. We're gonna get another dude. See, this is where we get it right here. We can load up on some lives. This can happen. Look at them coming out of the woodwork on us. That firepower is going to be crucial. It's important to note you cannot shoot mid-air. Which that's like literally all Space Harrier is. So in a lot of ways, it's very contrary to the dynamic that is the Space Harrier gameplay. And it's important to note that now in World 4, I've lost my gun. So now I had to get it again. Even though I did not die, I lost my gun. It's also important to note that we're in World 4. We have a gun. We have 3 men. We may actually have a chance. Probably should have hit that thing. Enemies are everywhere. Oh, look, now he's flying. You notice this thing's doing a pattern just like Squilla or Moot or whatever the hell that thing is in the Space Harrier, that first dragon. I also took him out about as fast. So the stars rack up at the end for bonus points. Look at this world. This is cool. Alright, it only took us like, what, 45 minutes to clear the first level? We're doing good. Oh, they were just taking it easy on us. Poop's gonna start popping off right here. I jumped! Well, enjoy the scenery while we're looking at it. I have a feeling we ain't gonna be here long. I got a star, it's gonna be worth points if we ever get off this stupid level. When we get to the end, we will get 1,000 points for every freaking star we got. The stars have a kick to them when you hit them. They almost, it burps for a second, so it's like, are points worth throwing off your jumps? I guess if you're good, that wouldn't happen, but it feels like it's happening with me. We could use one of them bonus balloons right about now. Wow. Yoshiki looks like he's mapped it out. So yeah, I guess if you memorized where the gaps were, you'd always be ready for them. Short gap, mid gap, long gap, double gap, huh? Short gap. Mid gap. Long gap. Double gap. Okay, so thank you. That was helpful. People helping people. That's what it's all about. So in that instance, you could be writing that stuff down in your manual, you know? And those are the kinds of things you did back then in the 80s, man. And there were spaces for you in the back of manuals. Sometimes they'd have a place for your scoreboard. You could write down your high scores. Sometimes there'd be a place for your just notes, like a blank page labeled notes. And sometimes there'd be both. Kids nowadays, you gotta wonder if they even know how to read and write, some of them. So we're back on the ground. Let's do it. No! Oh, come on now. Ronald McDonald on that one. Boy, we could have used the extra man at that bonus stage. Thanks, we already had that. What? How did he touch me? He's going the other way. Oh my scrotums. Well, we haven't got that thing yet. Oh, that thing lasted all of 2.3 seconds. Why even give it to me? What a false sense of security. So, I mean, that'd be another complaint I have here, is these items, most of them are not worth picking up. You have the shot, which arguably I think you should have the whole freaking game. And then I'm supposedly invincible with that, but it looks like almost the minute you go to hit something while you're invincible, that's when they take it away. I'd like to time it and see if there's any logic to that. And then there's a mushroom that just kills you. I mean, out of useless items, they're actually going to still have one that kills you. Thanks for that. That was a must-die situation. Again, back to that situation about the video and the commenter I was talking about. That guy was really upset that the person playing that game didn't know everything about it, and that, you know, that they shouldn't have been doing a review on a game if they'd never played it and mastered it. Interested to see what you people think about that. Where do you weigh in on that? Because again, that's not... I play a lot of games that I've never played before. And, you know, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with you if you said it didn't qualify me to review it, but I like to think we're reviewing it together sometimes. We're watching, because it is a live stream, and to be fair, that other person's might not have been. But it sure ticked that guy off, and he was just like, oh, you don't know what you're doing. Nobody wants to watch you play this because you don't know anything about the game, and I want to see somebody that knows about it. Alright, well, cool, dude. I hear you. Maybe he felt a little cheated because he You know, 5 minutes in, he's vested in it, and he's already realizing this person doesn't know anything about this game. I gotta go watch another video now. So I wonder if people watch my videos sometimes and think, oh, this guy's a freaking idiot. He doesn't know anything about the game. It's clear I'm a rookie at this one. Okay, that time it gave me the balloon. I think sometimes it's fun to watch somebody play a game for the first time, especially if you do know everything about it already. Because that's kind of a role reversal, and then you can kind of point out things they're doing wrong, or kind of you're almost involved with the game at that point. You're an integral part of the stream. To me, in a live stream, regardless of what side of that you're on, you want to feel engaged and you want to feel like you're in on the action, and I think that's great. Now for me, watching that video in question, I just wanted to see what said game looked like. I didn't really care about how good they were at it. I mean, let's face facts. When you look up a game on YouTube just because you want to see what kind of game it is, seldom do you watch the entire review. You probably don't know whose channel it is you ended up on to look at it. And you just check it out for a minute and you go, and you know, regardless of how good they do at it, you just want to see what it looks like. And there's nothing wrong with that. If they're making gameplay videos, then they're hoping that they're doing one of a game that's going to attract that kind of attention and get those clicks. Oh, really? I didn't get that? I mean, what do you do if you ain't got the gun at the end? I guess just run till the big monster goes away? Because you can do that in Space Harrier too, but... Boy, it would be easier if I had a gun right now. Come on. Throw me a bone, dude. Just eat that and die. You suck. So we were lucky enough to make it to the second world one time. And as I recall from the manual, there are 8. I guess that's no more daunting than Space Harrier, though, with 18 freaking blisteringly fast levels that it contains. And, yeah, I guess I hit that. All right. Man, that's 3D WorldRunner. I've got to give it to Space Harrier, honestly. I just do. Again, on graphics and soundtrack alone. The gameplay, though, I can almost tie up. Because this is different. And that would literally mean that it's a matter of opinion at that point. Which game you thought was more fun to play in that regard. But you know what? Let me know in the comments later on which one you thought won the matchup. If you're watching the recap later on, do the same. Because you know that I love to get a conversation going with you. And if you're watching right now, leave a like on this video. If you're watching the recaps later, leave a like on this video. Let me know what matchups you might want to see in the future. Chances are I've already got you covered on them because I've thought long and hard about this. And got a bunch of these to come as we go into first and second quarter of next year, along with a slew of day one reviews. Just so much content coming your way. I've just got notes and notes and notes for miles. Tune in Thursday night as well on Captain Retro's channel. We should be back on schedule with our podcasting, and we just have a slew of topics to go over on that, so we'd love to have you there as well. Lots of stuff to talk about, hash out, decipher, analyze, so on and so forth. Again, I hope you all just had the merriest of frickin' Christmases, and it was great to, despite technical difficulties, still get this stream pumped out tonight. It is our last Tuesday night live stream of this year. Next one, of course, will be, I think, the 2nd, so we'll be into 2018. Lots more coming. So good stuff. Hope we have just as much fun on our next matchup, but I think it's going to be even more because the next matchups are going to be more hotter. They're going to be more argumentative. There's going to be more of this, oh, wait a minute, I don't know that Sega necessarily did that better. And that's what we hope to get to. Not trying to just pick all the ones that Sega might have a slam dunk in because they don't have it every time. These are the two powerhouses, man. It's cool to watch them duke it out in this fashion. They competed with one another. We're going to see all the different ways in which they did it. Thank you again, everybody, for joining me. MC Murr signing out for this week. We will be having our giveaway for the 250 subs. Just haven't got around to it yet. Been a bit chaotic with the holidays, but it's coming, so fear not. Stay tuned for that and other goodness, and we will see all of you again next time.